You ready? Let's roll, nerds.
All right, Judge, page 2 and 3. Angria, Dawn, come on up.
So I guess he's just been out and he just made 2 bonds on these cases. Just been in warrant status.
I'm sorry?
He's just been in complete warrant status now. And then he just bonded out.
I think we remanded him because of BVR.
When?
So I wouldn't say he was MIA. Let me go back.
When did we remand Mr. Angria? Page 2 and 3, please.
What page?
2 and 3. We were remanded back in November. So,
Yeah, Judge, you're right. He was MIA.
okay, Mr. Angriano, you were charged with 2 counts of reckless driving. You're facing up to 30 days in jail and or a $500 fine. You will be signing an affidavit with me today promising me you're not going to drive. I don't care what's going on in your life. If I find that you drive, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months of jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. I don't care what's going on in your life. I don't care where you got to go. I don't care who you got to save. I don't care if Jesus comes from, needs to ride to church. You get into a car and drive in violation of this affidavit. It's really not going to go well for you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do not drive. I'm also ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, likewise, you will go to jail. The next time you take off on me, violate conditions, both your bonds at around 10,000 now, they will triple, if not quadruple. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You have a lawyer today.
No.
Okay. Can you appoint him a lawyer on both cases? I'm now, and Fleischer, do you mind sending him for a drug test right now, please?
Yes, Judge.
Can I put 2 cause numbers on this? I'm now sending you for a drug test. You are to go test now, and then you're to come back, and then you will be speaking to a lawyer. If you fail to go test, if you fail to come back, a warrant for your arrest will be issued. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll have you sign a reset, and then I'll have you take his, or first come swear to me that you're not gonna drive.
At the bottom of this defendant, we just want to say yes. Please right hand. Please give me your understanding.
The next one, Judge, is page 6. Cole, Jasmine, and 2 co-defendants, Judge, on page 11. Kimberly, Bruce, and Nancy.
Who's Jasmine Cole? Okay.
If she's ready.
You are Bruce Kimberking, Nancy Kimber.
It's Gamberlings, with the K is wrong.
So it's not Nancy.
Yes, it is Nancy. I was just saying the last name is wrong.
On mine.
Okay, we'll fix it.
Okay,
Each of you are charged with assault causing bodily injury. You are each facing a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
On February 23rd, 2025, an officer responded to the parking lot of the Bell Rock Market Station in Harris County, Texas. The officer was advised by dispatch that there were multiple subjects physically fighting and that a female was being dragged across the ground. Upon arrival, the officer saw that 2 females and 1 male had been detained and they were put in separate patrol vehicles. The female that was assaulted, the complainant, was placed in the back of an ambulance. Defendant 1, ID'd as Nancy Flores Gamberling. Defendant 2 was identified as Bruce Gamberling. Defendant 3 was identified as Jasmine Brianna Cole by their Texas driver's license. The officer made contact with the complainant who advised she had come to the location to deliver food to a customer because she was working a food delivery service. The complainant parked next to another vehicle and started to get the groceries out of the back of her vehicle. And the complainant noticed defendant 1 and defendant 2 staring at her inside the vehicle next to her. The complainant thought it was odd, but continued to grab the groceries. She went to the staircase and defendant 1 rolled down her window and advised the complainant that where she parked was not a parking spot. The complainant responded asking if they were security and continued to make her way to the delivery. The complainant was on her way back and she observed defendant 1 and defendant 2 at the bottom of the staircase, and there were more people with them. The complainant stated that defendant 1 was talking trash toward her when she got to the bottom of the stairs. Defendant 1 then got in the complainant's face and did a push and shove where the defendant jabbed her hand at the complainant and it pushed the complainant back. The complainant stated she then put her arm up towards defendant 1 and then she advised she started getting physically struck on both sides of her head multiple times. The complainant advised that she was able to grab a hold of defendant 1's hair. The complainant stated at some point they ended up on the ground and someone was holding her head down. She stated she was eventually able to look up and saw that defendant 2 was holding her head down and he kicked her. The officer watched a video that was taken of the incident and it showed the complainant getting off the ground, then the complainant and the first defendant fighting each other. It was shown that a male had stepped in and broke them apart. The officer observed the complainant to have visible injuries. The complainant was bleeding from her left eye and had lacerations to her eyelid and had active bleeding and swelling around her left ear. The complainant stated she felt pain and discomfort. The officer spoke to defendant 1 who stated they were waiting for their family members in the car when the complainant came and parked close to the front of their vehicle. The defendant 1 and defendant 2 were wondering who the complainant was because the garage next to theirs was vacant. And defendant 1 advised that she told the complainant that where she parked was not a parking spot. And the complainant responded saying that she did not give a fuck and threatened to call ICE and called defendant 1 racial slurs. Defendant 1 was not sure what racial slurs were said exactly. Defendant 1 advised the complainant threatened to slap the shit out of her with a water bottle. Defendant 1 stated that she would call the cops. Defendant 1 stated that her and defendant 2 waited at the bottom of the staircase for their family members. When the complainant came downstairs, the complainant stated that she was going to beat the fuck out of her. The defendant stated she was struck by the complainant and did not know how, and they ended up on the ground and did not know how, and defendant 1 did not remember much. The defendant's son came in and separated her and the complainant. The officer also spoke to defendant 2, who has read his Miranda rights and did not want to provide a statement. The officer spoke to defendant 3 and read her Miranda rights, and she said she would. Yes, Judge. And she said she would give a statement. Defendant 3 stated she was getting ready to go meet defendant 1 and defendant 2 when she came downstairs, and defendant 1 had told defendant 3 about the complainant. Defendant 3 went back upstairs to grab some things, and when defendant 3 was on her way back down, she heard the complainant saying racial slurs to defendant 1. While at the bottom of the stairs, defendant 3 saw defendant 1 and the complainant to be face to face. Defendant 3 stated the complainant struck defendant 1 and they started fighting and ended up on the ground. Defendant 3 advised she kicked the complainant in order to get her off of defendant 1.
Yeah, I'm gonna find it. So you did say that 3, Ms. Cole?
She admitted to kicking the
Guys, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with each of your cases. I'm now ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case and not to go back to this location. Do each of you understand?
We live at the location.
They live at the location. The
What is
was a door dasher and she was dropping off groceries.
So she was just dropping off groceries to them.
Not to us.
Not to them. She was dropping off groceries to another resident at the complex.
I see, okay, so that was, got it, okay. So like I said, I am gonna find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm not gonna prevent you from going to back to this location, but I am ordering you not to have any contact with the complaining witness and not to be in possession of weapons. If I find that you're a danger to my community, if I find that you pick up any new cases, you get into fights with anyone else, you lay your hands on anyone else, I will lay my hands on your bonds, throw them in the air, and put you in jail. Do you understand? I will protect my community at all costs. I don't care who comes, I don't care where they park, I don't care what your excuse is, it doesn't matter to me. Do each of you understand? Do you understand, sir?
Yes.
So do you mind filing no contact with the complaining witness? No weapons?
Yes, Judge.
Do each of you have the ability to hire a lawyer? Okay, we will give you each time to go hire a lawyer. So we're going to reset your cases, give you time. When you come back, please have a lawyer. For now, I will have you sign, each of you have to sign a reset with Victoria. I will have you take a seat in the jury box while they get your bond conditions. We'll have you sign, and after that, you'll be free to go. Keep my county safe. Do you understand? I don't want any more danger. I have only one place for people who are dangerous in my book. Do you understand? We will not get any more warnings. Come on.
What's your last name?
So on Bruce, we need to do a name change because it says Gamber King, and it needs to be Gamberling.
And what's the name change? I heard people already.
It's Gamberling.
RLIN.
That's how it's spelled.
If you can hear it.
Okay, I'll take it again. Yeah. All right, and sign. Your reset for your next reset date. Okay. All right, go ahead and take a seat in the jury box. Ready for the next one, Judge?
Yeah.
Next is page 14 and 15, Lopez, Snowy, come on up. So your last name is one spelled. It's supposed to end in L-I-N.
You are Noe Lopez.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Lopez, you're charged with two cases. You're charged with harassment. You're also charged with criminal mischief. On both of those cases, you were facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On February 23rd, 2025, an officer was dispatched to a disturbance family call at a residence in Harris County, Texas. The officer made contact with the defendant and the complainant. The complainant stated the defendant, her ex-boyfriend, had been causing a disturbance at the residence. The complainant stated the defendant moved out after breaking up with her and began to contact her again via text messages. The defendant then came over to the residence uninvited that morning. The complainant believed the defendant was intoxicated. The defendant banged on doors and windows all around the residence, scaring her and her children. The complainant stated the defendant left prior to the officer's arrival. After the officer left, the complainant had to run errands and got in a pickup truck and noticed the right rear window had been smashed. The complainant believed the defendant may have used a brick to break the window. The complainant found a brick on the bed of a truck near the window. The defendant returned uninvited in the afternoon and once again started banging on the resident's door and windows trying to come inside. The defendant advised he was trying to remove some of his property that broke the complainant's truck window earlier because the complainant was having a hassle with him. The defendant stated he did not use a brick to break the window, instead he used something else. The defendant later stated he no longer had any property there and he wished he never left his own residence. The complainant also advised the defendant had been continuously messaging her via text even after she informed the defendant she no longer wanted anything to do with him. The officer observed several only incoming text messages from the defendant, approximately over 40 text messages, 2 audio messages, and a photo message within 2 days. The cost of the window was approximately $200.
Okay. Mr. Lopez, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, then I will revoke your bond and put you in jail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm also ordering you not to have any contact with this person and not to be in possession of weapons, not to go within 1,000 feet of where she lives, where she works.
Sir.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If I find that you go anywhere near this person that's obviously afraid, I don't want you to accidentally bump into her. So I don't want you to go anywhere where she lives or where she works. If I find that you do, likewise into jail you will go. No more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So would you mind reaching out to the complaining witness to let her know that we've entered this order for
Yes,
a
sir.
radius so that if Pete should try to have any kind of contact with her via messages, cell phone, anyway, to let us know.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Lopez, would you like to apply for a court-appointed lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I already have an affidavit, Deputy Miranda. So for now, what I'm gonna have you do is I'm gonna have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. You will get with Felicia for your bond conditions, and then I'll have you take a seat in the juror box while I find your lawyer.
Thank you, sir.
Please.
Oh, yeah. All right, Judge, the next one is page 14. Justice, come on up. All right, Judge, that's the other one. I guess we're to the restroom.
Okay.
And give you a big advantage.
Elena.
All right, go ahead and sign here.
Judge,
Hey, good morning.
I'm sorry, did you call me?
Yes, are you ready?
Okay. Yes, I just wanted to jump in on Miss Di. She was the PTI that you extended at the latter part of last year. I don't think there's any issues where she wouldn't be, she's present, where she wouldn't be able to be discharged. I just didn't know if the court had that information. Katavia Di?
Die. D-Y-E.
I'm looking at it now, Judge.
She's-
Looks like we haven't gotten the dismissal notice yet, but we can reach out.
I'll reach out to Brenda about this one.
Okay. Do you want to come back, Elena?
I can, or if she's free to go, I mean, if there's not any issues and she's been discharged, I guess.
I don't know. They haven't gotten wind to
I'll
dismiss
come back.
it yet.
Okay, I'll come
Yeah.
back.
Okay,
Thank you.
thanks.
Bye-bye.
Judge, this is Justice on page 14.
Okay. You were Mr. Justice.
Yes, sir.
Sir, you were charged with assault, bodily injury. You were facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Your Honor. On October 8th, 2024, officers were dispatched to an assault call at an apartment complex in Harris County, Texas. The officer made contact with the complainant, who stated that the defendant, her daughter's friend, struck her in the face. The complainant stated that the defendant contacted her daughter the day before on October 7th, 2024, in reference to a pair of pants he left at the residence about a year ago. The complainant stated that the defendant was told that they no longer had those jeans. The complainant stated that she posted a different pair of jeans for sale on Instagram, and the defendant contacted her stating that he was going to the residence to get the pants. The complainant stated that when the defendant arrived, he was confronted by her mother to leave several times. The defendant moved his arms back and struck the complainant using his right hand, the left side of her face, causing her cheek to become swollen. The officer observed a light redness to the complainant's face. The complainant identified the defendant by his name and date of birth.
Mr. Justice, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm now ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with this person and not to go back to where they live. Do you understand? If I find that you violate this, if you become a danger to my community, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand?
You're in the same like social club group.
Okay, I'm not going to talk to you about this case. What I can do is I can give you a lawyer and you can talk to the lawyer, but I don't want you to have contact with this person. I don't want you to have words. I don't want something to happen where if I find that you're a danger to my community, I only have one place for you. You understand? Did you want to apply for an appointed lawyer, a court-appointed lawyer? How old are you, sir? What do you do for a living?
I'm on work. Yeah, I'm working.
So you have a job? Is it a full-time job? Okay, good. All right. I need him to fill out an application, please. Deputy Miranda's going to give an application. I need you to fill it out for me. I'm going to have you sign a receipt of Victoria. Do not leave until you sign our bond conditions, and then I'll have you talk to a lawyer momentarily. Please.
Judge, did you want to call on the THA?
Yeah. So can you go ahead and file no contact, no weapons, and no going to where they live, please?
Judge, top of page 17.
Mazariegos, come up.
You're done, I'll bring you up here. Have a seat on the jury box.
¿Tienes un abogado?
No, hasta esta otra semana lo voy a agarrar.
¿Tienes suficiente para hacerlo?
Sí,
¿Seguro?
sí, seguro.
Ok. ¿Quieres una semana, 2 semanas? ¿Qué quieres?
2 semanas.
Ok. 2 weeks, THA. He says he can do it. Si tienes problemas, me avisas y tú puedes aplicar por un abogado del oficio.
Ok.
Ok? All right. Por favor. He has sufficient resources. I gave him 2 weeks. If he has any issues, he can come back and he can apply.
That's the only THA for now, Judge.
Okay. Ready?
Judge Ambrose?
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning, Judge. I have an off-docket matter.
Okay.
You've asked to be here today. It's, I'll give you a cause number when you're ready.
Give it to me.
2500939.
Come up, Mr. Douglas.
I'm inside.
Oh,
And if I can explain a bit to the court.
first things first, though, is I have Mr. White that's been representing him.
Right.
And I guess, did I grant your motion withdrawal or we're having a hearing now?
We'd come back on Monday.
All right, so come on up.
So Will reached out to me on Wednesday. I spoke with Michael on Friday. I spoke with Michael on Wednesday.
And so basically the understanding is that Will's gonna sub in and take over and I guess
Are
possibly
you
resolve the
hiring
case for
on?
today.
I'm hired on to this new felony
Okay,
case that triggered this whole deal. I've agreed to sub in on this case to work out whatever's going on here, and I've been talking to Michael about that. The felony case is bogus for a lot of reasons, but talk to the state about this as well.
well, hold on.
Okay.
Putting the cart ahead of the horse.
Okay.
So you went out.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
you're out.
Okay. And I'm in.
Well, I don't know.
Okay.
Want me to appoint him a lawyer or do you want to?
I'm taking it pro bono because I'm hired on the felony and we want to just resolve this DWI deal today, probably.
Well, because here's the deal. I'm putting him in jail. You picked up a felony while you're on bond for a DWI. You're not supposed to pick up any new cases. You've now picked up a felony. An injury to a child, and it's just now coming to my attention, even though this thing's from November. I'm revoking your bond. It goes with you.
Okay.
Let's talk.
May I be excused, Your Honor?
Please.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. White. You did file a motion to withdraw, correct?
I didn't-
Mr. White?
He didn't file on.
Aaron,
I thought you
did you file a motion to withdraw?
Yes, I filed it last week.
I saw it.
I don't have. I have.
He said most.
Yeah.
It's on Douglas.
Oh, I just see an appointment form from January.
I see the motion to withdraw. Yeah, it's there. Do you see it, Seth? Do you need a cause number?
Yes.
I have the 2500939. Oh, no. Okay.
Yeah, can you put it in the queue so I can sign it? Okay, all right. Tell me. It doesn't,
I know.
look, there's a certain standard.
I
You pick
understand.
up an injury to a child. I don't know anything about the case. All I know, he's picked up a third degree felony and it's a serious charge. It's not like it's a
But, yeah.
trespass, but it's so,
But you know that these charges can be
I,
empty.
but I don't know that for sure. All I know is that he's picked up a felony. He's not done squat while he's on bond for this thing. He's literally been riding free, not doing anything for the last 4 months, 4.5 months.
Has he been blown in?
Nothing,
Nothing?
done nothing. He's not tested. He's not had, he's literally done nothing. So anyways,
State's offered a time served. I talked to Michael about it. I'm like, hey, my plan coming in was to try to get him back on PTI
I think
because
they're like,
the felony is so ridiculous, it blows my mind. But regardless, I was talking about that this morning. He's like, honestly, Will, he's like, the PTI it's not feasible for me to do. He's like, is there any other alternative?
if you want time, take it maybe a day.
I don't need the time. He wants to time serve it today, Judge.
Well, if that's what he wants to do, then that's on him.
Okay. Would the court accept that?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. I mean, look, far be it from me to, because that's what we would do in every case.
Right.
Any case that comes back here. And I mean, obviously, state, you need to also be happy as well, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
But it's on you guys. So I'm on board if they're on board.
Okay. I will run it by him just to make sure and then we'll get paperwork started. Thank you, Judge.
I have a Mr. Strange in the waiting room. Is that?
Yes, he's an attorney that wanted to ask about bond conditions.
Got it. Okay.
Yes.
I was looking him up now, just to make sure. Good morning, Mr. McCardle.
April 29.
I am.
I can't hear you. Hold on.
One second, let me see if that's.
Oh, hold on. Now I can hear you.
Okay, good deal. Good morning, Your
There we
Honor.
go.
I am here on Breonna Taylor. I'm sorry, Breonna Treadwell, excuse me, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay. Talk to me.
This is a second bond violation regarding
Come up, Ms. Treadwell.
regarding the time in the house. The first time we were here, I believe it was on the 4th. of this earlier, last month, excuse me. And we addressed that bond violation based on, it was due in part to the friend, and she couldn't make it home in time. This is more of the same, at least on this last one. Ms. Treadwell reached out to me. She sent me screenshots and everything. She was at a store and her Uber had canceled on her. I told her, okay, report to pretrial. She did so. That was the issue with the one that occurred on, I believe it was the 25th, Your Honor, if I'm not mistaken. And you know, she's late. She was late by, I want to say 14 to 21 minutes on both the occasions. This is not a willful violation. It's more so of Ms. Treadwell has to work within the auspices of not being able to drive herself and depending on other people to make sure that she's at home on time. You know, of course, it's more so, it definitely needs to be a little more preparation put into this, but Your Honor, again, this is not anything willful on her part, and we would request that, you know, this.
I don't know that. All I know is she's got 2 open DWIs, bond violation after bond violation after bond violation. I've told you there's absolutely no tolerance. And here we are yet again. You had a bond violation last month. Now you've got another bond violation. What am I supposed to do? Keep letting you go? What, is there going to be another bond violation next month as well?
No, Your Honor.
History says something different.
There won't be, Your Honor. I'm in outpatient therapy now. I will be in the home.
Prove it.
I will. Yes, sir.
Your Honor, she has been doing everything in top notch, and you know, suffice it to say that as far as with this, with these bond violations, with respect to being late, and in no way diminishing the legality of it, but she has really been top notch with everything else that she has done.
But I don't know this. I have everybody here that tries to sell me the sun, moon, and stars, right? It's everybody has little bunnies jumping in the woods here. All I know is that we have got another bond violation. I understand that you're at home 11 minutes late one day. And then next month, you're 21 minutes late. I'm not going to do this with you again, Ms. Treadwell. 3 strikes, you're out. I don't care what your excuse is. You need to make better preparations in your life. You need to do better. But you've got a bond violation last month. You got a bond violation this month. I don't care how little it is. If it happens again, you're going to stay with me. Do you understand?
Understood.
Okay. All right. Mr. McCardle, I'm literally at wit's end. I'm ready to set this thing for trial. It's just way too much drama, man.
Yeah, no, I understand, Your Honor, and I get it, and we appreciate your grace, Your Honor. This is, Ms. Treadwell understands the.
This, and let me tell you, Mr. McCardle, this is ample proof that I have to stick with the TRAS because she cannot keep even on bond. So I'm not going to waver because I know it's not going to go well. So take a seat for me, man.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. McCardle. We'll keep you at the original date that you have now.
Okay.
I'll continue supervision. Are we at plea or trial next setting?
I believe that was at least Your Honor's the remarks. Okay. I don't know if it's set as such on the docket as of yet.
Okay, so just get ready, huh? At the next setting.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
We'll just give you the original date that we had.
Sounds good.
Okay. Thanks, friend. Hi, Carl. You ready? Please. Tell me something nice.
Well, Carmel Robinson, we're gonna need him out. That's the one.
Is he here?
Yeah, he's here.
Great. Do you remember?
I had one here I wanted to talk to you about before that. I have a Jasmine Howard on the fugitive docket.
Okay.
She was arrested Thursday. She didn't make it in time to be here Friday either. She's currently on bond out of Arkansas for a burglary charge. She had, when she was in Arkansas, they put a detainer on for this charge in Nebraska. Nebraska chose not to extradite her. She's from Houston, and we're just here to ask, and she was on a leg monitor before she was taken into custody pursuant to the charge out of Arkansas. We're asking you for a bond.
So you,
State's asking for your bond.
so let's talk. Can you bring them both out, please? First,
Mel Robinson.
Robinson and then Howard, please.
Howard, female on the other side.
James.
Morning.
What are we doing with Mrs. McCoy again?
She was supposed to be here today. I'm hoping she's there.
Deputy Miranda, did top of page 18, did she check in? Miss McCoy?
All right, there you go.
No, she hasn't, James. So do me a favor, chat me your cell phone. If she does show up at some point, I'll reach out to you.
Okay, excellent.
Is that okay?
Yeah,
I mean,
no
it's
problem.
silly for you to just sit here and wait. So chat me your cell phone, and then if she comes, I'll reach out to you.
Thank you.
Okay. Morning, Miss Robinson. It's jail. Sucks, right? Supposed to. He's asking me to let you out. If we do, how do we know it's not gonna, the behavior's gonna change? You did that last time. Actions speak louder than words. Being a young Black man in today's society is hard enough as it is. And when you start racking up convictions, and when you start hanging out with the wrong crowd, it only gets worse. Look at all those knuckleheads in custody now. They've been in there, they're never gonna get out. And when they do, they keep coming back. That's not what you want to get in front of. You get in school, you get knowledge, you get a trade, and you make money. That's what life's about. I will give you another chance, but I'm not gonna play this game again. If I find that you're continue to use, I'm gonna put you back in, and I'm not gonna play this game again. Do you understand? Okay, so I'm gonna test you 45 to 50 days from when?
3 weeks ago. That's when he smoked last.
So, bless you. You know, you get out there, you go out, you start hanging out with the wrong crowd, you start burning again. You understand? Okay, man, make me proud.
Thanks so much.
Okay, all right, Carl.
Sure.
No, let's do like 40
weeks.
45. Oh, yeah, 30, do 30. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Reinstate on.
Over here, Jasmine.
So Carl, he's still in high school, right? So
She's still in high
back
school.
in high school, I want proof that he's actually enrolled in.
Well, I have that already. I showed it to you the other day.
Okay.
Here, you want to see it again?
No.
Okay.
But I wouldn't, like, he's actually attending.
Yeah, I have the records of attendance too, if you want
And
to
then
look
if you
at it.
need some kind of an excuse,
I'll get it.
get it, please. And that was Robinson.
That was Robinson. This is Jasmine Howard.
Good morning, Ms. Howard. So you were wanted out from another state. Your lawyer is asking me to set you a bond. I don't know. You know, I've never met you before. I don't know you. I don't know how dangerous of a person you are. I don't know if I give you a bond, are you going to go back? I don't know. I know that you're gonna tell me it's little gumdrops and rainbows but how you are on paper tells me who you are. Because everybody tells me one thing, but when they get on paper, They're a completely different person. So I got to get to know you before we set you a bond. So Amy, tell us about Miss Howard.
Yes, Judge. She's wanted from Navajo County, Nebraska, for burglary, felony 2A, theft of lawful taking 5,000 plus, and conspiracy to commit a class 2A. State is opposed to a bond based, one, on the charges that she's wanted for, two, on the fact that she has previously been a fugitive in your court.
Oh, really?
Yes, from South Carolina for robbery.
What happened with that case? Do you know?
I believe they picked her up in that case. Yes, they picked her up in that case. Her most recent conviction was also back in 2024 for an speeding with a motor vehicle out of Benton County. Day has also indicated to me that she is on federal probation right now.
She's on. That's out of Arkansas, Judge. That's what she's on bond for. She is on the leg, has the leg monitor on for that.
What's she on federal probation for?
What are you on probation out for?
I think like a jail conspiracy charge.
Where?
A conspiracy.
Out of where?
Arkansas.
That's the case out of Arkansas, Judge.
Possession with intent to distribute, it looks like. Her release date is 2020.
So is that different from what she has in Nebraska, the federal probation case, or are you talking about, is that the same one?
Nebraska should be different. What she's wanted for right now is the burglary. So the basis of the probation, the federal probation would be the possession with intent to distribute.
Got it.
That's out of Arkansas. When she was in Arkansas, Nebraska put a hold on her, but they didn't come get her.
So let's get this right. Here in Harris County, in 22, you have a burglary of a building, a failure to identify oneself as a fugitive from justice, meaning you're trying to evade law enforcement. You have a prior fugitive case from 21. You have another failure to ID from 2024. You're on federal probation in some other state. You have another open burglary in Nebraska, and you had an evading in a motor vehicle in Montgomery County. And you want me to set you a bond?
Monday, the 10th. All right.
Should I? Really?
Ms. Howard, how long have you been in Houston? How long have you lived in Houston?
All eyes.
Okay. You currently were on a probation, you have a leg monitor pursuant to that, correct?
Right.
Okay. And you had a leg monitor on you when they pulled you over, is that correct?
Right.
Okay. Did you attempt to flee from at that time?
No.
Okay. And that's what, you're aware of that case up in Nebraska?
Not until my lawyer had told me to turn myself in, but they said we're gonna give me a court date for that.
I don't want you to talk about the cases now.
Okay.
How old are you, ma'am? How old are you?
24.
You're 24 and you have all those priors. You scare me, Miss Howard. You truly do. Because if I put my name on a bond, I don't want something bad to happen. And as history dictates, and as the paper says, it's, sometimes we have to protect people from themselves because they're their own worst enemy. You know, you scare me. I can't give you a bond. It's hopscotch with states with the criminality. It can't just happen. And you have a prior one from here as well. I just can't do it, man. It just, at some point, it comes time, the bill comes due. That's now.
You already executed a waiver, Judge.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Ms. Howard.
There you are.
Thank you. Thank you.
Judge, quick question on page 24, it's top of 24. You said to put her back on the original court date.
Yeah. Please.
Treadwell.
Gloria, let me talk to you a second.
March.
Is Mr. Smart on the docket today?
Clark?
Smart.
No, Judge.
When did we, do you know, have any idea off the top of your head? If not, it's not a big deal. No. Ms. Strong.
Yes, Judge, can you see me?
Hey,
Good morning, how are you?
how are you? Happy Monday?
Happy Monday, I'm doing well.
Did you talk to the family by chance?
I did, I talked to the father. I know what we're gonna do. He got T-RASed last Friday. I'm waiting on the report and talking to dad gave me further insight, so.
Okay, so you were able to get a hold of them. They told you the situation and,
Mhm.
you know, it's pretty scary the way we saw him last week.
Absolutely.
I promise you, you know, Ariel, it's just been such a steady decline. And it's sad because the family has been trying to get a hold of him, trying to get him into rehab, trying to get him into here, but it just, just doesn't want to do it, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah,
So,
anyways.
yeah, that gave me further insight, so definitely some more intensive inpatient is what I'm thinking, but
Well,
I'm
I
gonna
guess
wait
we'll have
for
to
the
see what the
T-RAS.
T-RAS says. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what you got?
I have Mr. Paul Podryer. He's on bond. Last I checked at 10 o'clock, he has not checked in. He required his presence for today.
Yeah, he picked up a felony, huh?
Yes, he did.
Okay, I guess just, I'll reach out to you in the event he shows up.
Thank you, Judge.
Yeah, chat me your cell phone, put it in the chat, because I don't think I have it. And then I'll get a hold of you in the event that he shows.
Okay, Judge, in the instance that he does not show, what would be the next course of action?
I'm gonna revoke his bond.
Okay. Thank you, Judge. I'm shooting you the chat, my number in the chat.
Okay, and then I'll chat you later so you have my cell phone too, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay, who do we have here? Mr. D, you ready?
Yes, sir, Your Honor. Level 7. Yes, sir, and no, sir, to the judge. Yes, sir, no, sir, no, Your Honor, and yes, Your Honor.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning. Good morning.
You must be Mr. Burton, not Mr. Rodriguez.
Yes.
Mr. Burton, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. Both of you have worked out in agreements where you give up a lot of rights. Understand that when you give up these rights, they're gone forever. When you plead guilty, you can never change it. You cannot come back at a later day and say, you know what, I changed my mind, I'd rather do something else. That's just not, you can't do that. You give up the right to appeal, you're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If each of you are not citizens or a possible immigration consequences, you can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. Like I said, you give up the right to appeal, so it's full, final today. You can never come back. Mr. Burton, you are charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement. They're offering you 90 days in Harris County Jail with credit for the 30 days that you've done. You need to understand something very important. This comes with an affirmative finding of family violence. What that means is that if you ever pick up another one of these cases like this, you will be charged with a third-degree felony. You could be looking at 2 to 10 in the penitentiary. And it doesn't have to be a dragged down brawl of a fight. No, all you need to do is squeeze someone's arm hard enough to where it hurts, and you're looking at a third-degree felony. Do you understand? You can never own a gun or ammunition as a result of this as well. You pick up a gun, that's a Class A misdemeanor. Unless, I mean, I don't know your other history. If you have other stuff that bars you, I don't know. But as far as this assault is concerned, you can never own a gun or ammunition as well. Knowing all this, do you still want to do this?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense of assault of a family member? Guilty or not guilty? I'm going to find you guilty, send you to the agreement. Good luck to you, sir. Mr. Rodriguez, you're on for a driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. This is the gentleman that just didn't want to get a guardian interlock because he just didn't have a car, right?
That's correct, Judge.
Are you sure you want to do this? This isn't like you get to pick and choose what you want to do. I can't go to probation today. I've got to go to work. What's more important, probation or work? Right. Because if you don't do your probation, you will be looking at up to 6 months in jail. That means that you have to do stuff on time. That means that you can't consume alcohol. You cannot consume illegal drugs. If you do not have a license, you cannot drive. That's what all this means. You have.
If you don't have a license, you gotta get a police.
Is this the second let down to a first?
No, Judge, it's a trooper.
You have to have a port license till you get your license. Yeah. Sir, you have a portable. Sir, he does not have driver's license. We need a portable device in lieu of the,
Does he have the ability to get a license? Can he?
One that's ever lifted.
Have you ever had a license before?
Yes, I have, sir.
Okay. My biggest thing is that you need to get a license. Did they put community hours? I will waive your community service hours in lieu of you just getting your driver's license. All I want you to do is be legal.
I can do that.
So you're not always looking over your shoulder every time you're driving. Sucks to drive like that, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it's not hard. No. Look, I will also waive all your fees.
phones.
You don't have to pay anything as far as probation and stuff concerned. I can't pay for outside vendor stuff, but I'm not concerned about the money. I don't care about the money. I care about you doing your stuff on time and you not drinking. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You to successfully complete this probation, it is 180 days in jail to be probated for 2 years. You will do a DWI education class, 3 victim impact panels. You must do what's called a TRAS. This is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. If they assess other conditions, you must fulfill them. No drugs, alcohol, no breath test refusal, meaning that if you're pulled over in a car and an officer asks you to submit a breath test, you must do it while you're on this probation. If you don't, then you're in violation. If you violate this probation, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to put you in jail, bring you back out like right now, and we are going to discuss if you violated it. If you did, you're looking at 180 days in jail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir, I do.
So you must also have a guardian interlock as well, but portable because, right. So just do your DWI education class, your victim impact panels, and get a license. Do you understand? You need to understand one more thing. This is going to go on your record. So if you're ever pulled over in a car, first thing an officer does, they're going to look at your record. If they see that you have a prior DWI and you smell like alcohol, it's probably not going to go well for you. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
From now on, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you ever have any problem, if you need anything, just come back and tell us. We'll help you with whatever you need.
Yes, Your Honor.
How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated, guilty or not guilty? I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to send you to the agreement. Like I said, if you need anything, come back to us. We'll help you with everything, with whatever you need. Don't take off. It's the worst thing you can do. Got it? Good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Wait. Wait. All fees.
Mr. Douglas.
Okay.
We're ready for the judge.
You do?
He's on Reinstatements.
It's off, Doctor, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
so
Yes,
so you should be able to see it if you're fresh.
I just want to.
Yes. Does he go back to the talk to him?
Mr. Douglas, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. First offense. It's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor because of the high blow. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You know, it doesn't make me happy to put people in jail, but if you're a danger to my community, I only have one place for you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You need to understand something very serious now, that this DWI is going to go on your record. It'll be there for the rest of your life. It's even there after you die. You get pulled over again, first thing an officer does, they're gonna look at your record. When they see this and they look at the other, what do you think they're gonna do? Think they're gonna be happy? Think they're gonna give you a hard time? Probably. So if you even have the most faintest remote smell of anything funky, it's probably not gonna go well for you. You need to understand that from now on, it's a minimum of 90 days in jail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to test on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, it will go on your record. You can never take it off. Do you understand? Do you still want to do this? How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Is it true or untrue that you had a 0.15 or above? Okay, so true to the enhancement. You need to understand one more thing, Mr. Douglas, is that we all make mistakes, right? Everyone's human. But when you continue to endanger other people's lives, there are no more mistakes, they're actions. And when you keep making boneheaded actions, we have longer sentences, bigger jails, more fines. This carries a fine of $4,500. And if you don't do it, you sit in jail 1 day for every $100 you owe. So you can imagine how much jail time you will do on a $4,500 sentence. On a second DWI, it's a $6,000 surcharge. Get a clue. If you want to get lit, great. Take an Uber, $40, anywhere you want to go in the city. Do you understand? What do you do for a living?
Work at a warehouse.
How much money do you make a month?
I'm sorry. 16.
Look, I'm gonna waive your fee for you today. You come back with another DWI, get ready, because it's just, do you understand? Get a clue. Good luck. Oh, I am suspending your license for 180 days, sir. Do not drive until you get a license. All right, sir. Good luck. Thank you, Judge. Thanks. Snazzy.
Thank you, Judge. I did my 6-month ritual of getting a haircut. My barber.
This gentleman works with you, right?
Yes. This is JD, my assistant,
Right?
who you might have known because he testified in this court once, which was fun. My barber, who I just go to random barbers, talking to him, he graduated barber college in 1958. Yes, and apparently this haircut in the 50s was known as the Ivy League. Yes. So if you should ever want to copy my hairstyle.
Just wish we could have the Ivy League, right?
Yeah, right. I don't know. I have one case. It's a Mr. Washington. It's classes for dismissal per client. He emailed them to me. The problem is, thank you. He emailed them to Eric. Eric's at the doctor with one of his kids today. And so I don't have, they're in an email that I don't have access to remotely. And I can't talk to Eric because he's literally at the doctor. So
The defendant here?
the defendant is here. He doesn't have a phone. And so if he had a phone, I would have him email them to me again.
To tomorrow?
If I could, a couple days extra.
Okay.
It's later this week. It's fine by me. All right. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Come on, sir.
Good news for you today.
You here?
He is here.
Perfect.
Yes, sir.
Please.
This is Dallas Martin.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Martin.
Good morning, sir.
You're charged with 2 counts of assault. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine on each. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On January 1st, 2025, at NRG Stadium, the defendant and a complainant and a witness were talking trash talk at a Texans game. The complainants were leaving towards the end of the game where the defendant followed them and continued to taunt them. The complainants tried to back the defendant and they continued to walk away. The defendant then punched complainant Barrow, tried to hit him in the back of the head, causing pain. The defendant then struck complainant Jay Hopkins in the back of the head, causing pain. Witness W. Hopkins tried to stop the assault but was knocked down. The defendant pushed them to the ground and then tried to run off but was caught by security. The incident was not in surveillance.
Do we know if alcohol played a portion in this?
I don't see any notes of that, but I can assume if they're at a Texas game.
Never assume. We don't assume. Okay, well, I mean, obviously, if they didn't put in there, it must not have been an issue. Otherwise, it would have said something. All right, Mr. Martin, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with either of the complaining witnesses in this case, not to be in possession of any weapons, and not to go back to Reliant State. Is it Reliant or Minute Maid? Energy. You're not to go back to Energy for any reason. Do you understand? If I find that you violate these conditions, if I find that you pick up a new case, and I don't care where you are, if you're in another state, you're in another county, if I find that you're a danger, I'm going to revoke your bond. I will issue a warrant for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance. You don't have to come to court until he tells you that you have to come to court. But at some point, I'm not going to play this game with you again. You've already missed court a bunch of times when you're supposed to be here. I get it, but I'm not going to do this again. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll have you sign a reset with Victoria. We'll have you take a seat in the jury box while we get your bond conditions. We'll have you sign it, and then you'll be free to go. All right? Okay. Thanks. Please. So can you file no contact, no weapons, and no going to Energy?
Absolutely.
Jasmine Cole.
Are you here on
Jasmine
DOS?
Cole.
He's on docket, right? Okay.
He is.
What's the word, Thunderbird?
What happened?
What's the word?
The word was there was supposed to be an eval then to make sure the officers were still at the agency, but unfortunately, I don't think the state,
It was not assigned to anybody as of this morning, so it was an
another
oversight
week?
on my end. Another week.
Okay, not a big.
Thank you.
so the next week is my birthday and I love you all, but I don't love y'all like that.
You do?
No, Judge. I have an affinity for you, but not this place.
Are you doing something special?
You know, Judge, I am trying to find the motivation to get up out of
Such a
here. And
rock
I'm
star.
usually a go person, but for whatever reason, I keep looking and no beach is calling me, no bungalow
Perks.
is calling me. What is it?
Turks and Caicos.
I thought about that, but I need my man to go. And he can't go right now.
Key West, Destin.
Alabama, so that's the
Oh, got it.
I
don't know.
I can't. I thought about LA. I was just there. I thought about Sacramento. I thought
Bruce and MC Gamberlings.
you know,
Something exotic, like maybe Alaska.
Judge, with all due respect, I want a little close.
Okay, you want 2 weeks?
We could do even shorter. I can get the eval done today, this afternoon.
Okay, so if you get it done today, then what? Then I guess you'll reach out to me and then we'll figure out.
Maybe Thursday?
Yeah, we can do Thursday.
What, for me to come back in here?
No, but you can always Zoom.
I'll give you a copy.
Come on.
Monday is the 7th, which is Friday.
Well, okay, whatever you want.
Yes. That's the answer I'm looking for. You hear that? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Hi, I'm here on Mr. Ally, ALLY. He's on bond.
Okay, everything okay? Did he go?
Yes, he went.
Hey.
So I'm just here. I spoke with the Harris Center on Friday. So we're just waiting for the report.
Yeah, so like I said, just reset it, maybe like 2 weeks.
Okay.
Whatever, I mean, whatever's best.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Are you ready? Is everything okay? Everything okay? Did he? Is he? Oh, is he out or no? Is he still in?
Yes,
Is he
he's
out?
here, Judge.
He's out?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi,
Good morning.
welcome back. I am, so just, come on, just put it down.
So I know we're here today to kind of deal with the case, but also bond conditions. I cornered my chief this morning just so I could talk to her about the FSRA to see if there was a way to resolve both cases. She gave me an offer to start with on the FSRA, which is 10 TDC, which I told defense. I don't think that's gonna resolve
Wow.
that today at this
That's
point
not-
anyway.
that's-
Right. No, it's a starting offer regardless, Judge, but
So that's the start's 10?
the start. And as far as bond conditions go, I was just double checking with your pretrial officer. I think he had a scram and a GPS monitor. At least looking at the BVR, yeah,
Are you okay with the portable?
I'd be fine with the portable.
Okay, so let's do that. We'll take it off that ankle. Keep the GPS on so he's not out in the middle of the night. We'll give him a portable device.
Judge, and I just gotta get something on the record if you don't mind. He's a diabetic and he spent 2.5 days in jail without his medication. And it was only because of that tamper issue, because his leg was so swollen because of his diabetes. There was not a single issue of alcohol at all.
I don't know that though.
Judge,
All I know is that we have, and we've got a tamper and 2 days without nothing. You're supposed to let us know when there are issues, you know?
I didn't know, Judge, but I tried to.
I have admonished him and admonished him and admonished him. If you ever have any issue, you come to us. You let us know what their problem is. You don't do things on your own. You don't. You don't take matters into your own hands and do whatever you want. It doesn't work like that.
How do you know you have a violation, Judge? That's the whole issue. It doesn't beep. It doesn't tell him he was at work and at home. He didn't know he had a violation. And I didn't know prior, Judge. I didn't know. I'm not a doctor. I didn't realize that when your body swells up like that, that's what causes issues.
The problem is that I can't definitively tell you, but what we have seen is that when someone loses contact with the device and their leg is because something dubious is happening. They stretch it out so it doesn't get contact. They put something in between the leg, in between the monitor, so that it doesn't, so it's not touching essentially. It's for the purpose of evading what the machine is intended to do. But we have been round and round with him, telling him what he can and can't do. You know, I understand that you're upset, and I understand, but I mean, I've got a lot of drama here. I've got 2 very serious cases. We've got multiple times that he's using alcohol, you know?
Judge, we do not have multiple times. There was an instance, and he fell on that sword, and he should have fallen on that sword. He's been on a STRAM device for almost a year. And he did. He had an issue, but this was not one of them.
Because of the way that is now, we will give you a portable device so that his leg can heal up, okay? And I mean, it sucks. At some point it'll heal, you know, I won't put the device back on, but if he starts skipping tests, if he's blowing positive, then I'm gonna have another issue, you know? I mean, really. But regardless, this is way too much drama. I mean, this case is now what, 500 something days old?
No, we're
It's
not.
time to put this thing to bed.
Right.
So it's 320 days old. What do you want to do?
Judge, I want a trial setting.
Okay, what do you think?
I think that's where we're pretty much at anyway, Judge. I can talk to your coordinator. My schedule's a little rough for the next couple of months. If I could look sometime in May, that would be better for me if the court's willing.
That's fine, Judge.
Okay.
What
Whatever
about May
Let's pick it.
May
Pick
13th.
whatever your day.
Hi, Ramona.
This is at the longer we wait.
Yeah, I know I have a fatal that's scheduled 5/12, but we can just still set it for that day. If I go on that one, I go. If not, I'll go
What
here.
about this impacting upstairs?
The felony is set in April.
You guys a separate trial in that case?
No, just, it's our second setting in there, so. I'll talk to my chief and see if, if she'd rather have me try this one, or I don't know what the decision there is gonna be, so. I'd rather resolve it upstairs, but
Do to figure out that first before we set it.
Do we have to appear again, Judge?
You can, I have Zoom for you to appear via Zoom. You can always appear via Zoom. No, I'll waive it.
And I'm okay with that.
okay, 2 weeks,
Okay.
that works. Thank
Do
you.
that. And just let us know because that thing would probably swallow this one up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
Hey, look. No more issues. Just admonish him. We're giving him a portable device. Don't skip test. You know, I get that you have to work, but that's not enough for you to skip test. If he's skipping test, I don't, if he starts skipping and I have to put a GPS or another device on his leg, I don't know what we're gonna do.
That's fair, Judge. Let's give him a chance.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Judge.
There's court 9 is following the Senate transfer.
All right, he's doing it.
Before we reset. You guys.
Judge,
Yeah.
it's Alina. I just want to quickly tell you that, Brenda Gamet did respond back and, it's okay for the state to file a dismissal on
Say what?
Di. It's okay for the court to file a dismissal on Di, Ms.
Okay.
Gamet. So we're done
What
with her.
was the last name again?
Di, D-Y-E.
Right. Okay. I
All
think
right.
it's okay. So you say they're saying it's okay to file a dismissal?
Yeah, they emailed Victoria and, the state.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, I'll sign it here momentarily, Elena.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Okay, Mr.
I have Mr. Alexander.
Okay. Come up, Mr. Alexander.
Your Honor, I believe he bonded out on the 29th or 30th of January, and you told him he had 45 days. He's told me he has not used since he got out.
The bond violation we're here on is because they called him to go take a test and he failed to go take a test.
Your Honor, I did send a letter from Bel Air Hospital. He checked in that day and was in there for a week.
Oh,
Bel Air Behavioral Hospital.
got it.
And I would ask if, I think his court date is March 18th, and I think that's still there, and I would ask if we could test him that day. He said he was using the concentrated stuff. He has not used since he bonded out, is what he's telling us.
You know, the thing is that if you're taking psychotropic medication, anxiety medication, if you're taking medication that's supposed to help, like they would give you at the Bel Air place, and you use marijuana or you use other things like other illegal substances, it's going to contraindicate. It's going to affect it. And you never know how bad it will affect it. So you don't want to do that because it can make things so much worse. I've had friends that have used other things. They now have to relearn how to walk. They used, K2, they used Kush. It literally lost their brain. That's why when you're taking the medication that you take that they give you at the hospital, don't use other things like don't smoke weed. Don't use other things. And if there are other people that try to give it to you, you got to get away because it's not going to help. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, don't use. That's all I'm asking you to do and stay out of trouble. I'm with you, Mr. Elan. That's okay. Yeah, if you want to do the 18th, yeah,
I think
I'm
we're
down.
set for that day.
Yeah,
So-
okay. So just be good. That's all I'm asking. It's not hard. All right? You got a great lawyer. He's out to help you. We are too. Anything you need, just let me know. All right? Are you in school? Why not?
Job, though. I work at Whataburger now. I got a job, though. I work at Whataburger now.
Great. Why not finish school? Did you graduate from high school? You got to, man. Really? Because when you have a high school diploma, you'll make so much more money than people that don't have one. Is that something that's feasible, you think, Mr. Elam?
I'll talk with him about it. I'll talk with his mother about it. It seems like,
Monica too?
I don't think she's here today, but
We can get it to you. We can get your classes for free. All you gotta say that you want to do it, let me know, and we'll get you in some classes for free. Okay? I guess let's first work on one thing and then we can,
I'll talk with him about it.
All right. Good luck, John.
Thank you.
Be proud, man. Mr. D.
We on Mr. Jalen McCrae, excuse me. And that's.
Oh, no, no.
You good?
Yeah, he already signed it. Yeah.
Yes, sir, no, sir.
Good morning, Mr. McCrae. Mr. McCrae, you're charged with assault, bodily injury. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 6 days in jail with credit for the 2 days that you've done. You need to understand that this charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. From now on, you're facing a minimum of 90 days in jail here. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You're giving up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront, cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, there's no changing this.
Yes, sir.
This is what you want to do.
Yes, sir.
Judge, and if I may the record reflect that Mr. McCrae is currently on probation on a felony in Hidalgo County. However, I've spoken with him and he has informed me that he has had conversation with his probation officer, and his probation officer informed him that a plea of guilty in this case would not result in the revocation of filing a MRP on the felony case.
I will make a docket notation that you've told me that. I'll admonish him accordingly. And
Yes,
then,
sir, Your Honor.
So you're on probation, felony or misdemeanor probation?
Felony.
Okay. You know, a lot of times these outside counties are a lot tougher than we are here in Harris County. You need to be extremely careful depending on what you're on probation for, because this can be used as a vehicle to revoke that probation, resulting in further confinement or sending you to prison. Do
Yes, sir.
you understand?
Yes, sir.
Not only that, if they let you squeeze by where they don't do anything, chances are it's probably not going to happen many times where you can just continue to pick up cases and not expect them to, life
sir.
doesn't work like that. There are
Yes, sir.
consequences when you act like a dangerous person out there in the free world. Don't. You have a job?
No, sir.
Why not?
Well, when I went to jail, I called my boss man to help me get bonded out. I work for a moving company.
What would he pay for your bond?
He paid for my bond, then just got his money, bonded me out. And when I got bonded out, I just worked off my debt, and then he just stopped putting me on the schedule. It was like an under the table job.
Not too much time on your hands. You become self-destructive. You start hanging out with the wrong people. When you put your heart and soul into something, you can achieve anything. That's what makes this place so great. Don't matter who you are, what color you are. None of that matters. If you work hard, you can do anything in this life. I know your record sucks, but nevertheless, if you work hard and people know that you put everything into it, the only way you can go is up.
So,
How do you plead to the offense of assault? Guilty or not guilty?
guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty. I will follow the agreement, send you to 6 days in jail, give you credit for the 2. I'm going to wipe out any money you owe. Go get a job, man. Get a trade, like a pipe fitter, plumbing, electrician. Do that, and I'm telling you, you can make a ton of money.
Yes, sir.
Good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Strange,
Yes, Judge, can you hear me?
finally.
I apologize. I appeared this morning. I didn't know I left the Zoom on. My client has been here and checked in. I rescheduled my case. I did want to talk to you about bond.
Okay, do you have a cause number by chance?
I sure do, Judge. It's 254. I'm sorry, 254.
Judge. Bottom.
It's going to be Luis.
I got it, okay. Let me see. Okay, tell me, Mr. Strange.
Judge, he has a condition of his bond that he's not supposed to drive a motor vehicle. This is a racing case. I think he was one of a group of people who were arrested for drag racing or racing on a city street. I think they did some kind of enforcement step or something like that. But one of his conditions of bond is that he not drive a motor vehicle. And that's problematic, mostly because he lives in Bay Cliff. He also has a job where he has to drive to Beaumont to work.
When we do it, we usually do it for a reason, not just because. If there's either a prior racing case, there is alcohol while driving. So there's always a reason why. We don't just do it just to do it. You know, on a first racing case, I don't do it unless there's something egregious or they have a prior or something of this nature.
So Judge, his driver's license is not eligible and it still is not eligible.
He doesn't have a license, Mr. Strange. That's why.
I did not know that, Judge.
Right. So typically when we do that, there's a reason for it. We just don't do it just to be, you know, arbitrary and capricious. In this case, he doesn't have a Texas driver license.
Okay, if he does have a driver's license, I really don't have standing to complain about a whole lot. So
Okay, he has a license, but it's suspended, right?
Yes. On that then, Judge, I appreciate.
I didn't.
This morning and had to run the court bin.
Say it again?
I had signed in earlier to appear, but I had to run the Fort.
Okay. So look, if he can get his license reinstated and he gets car insurance, I'll take the restriction off.
Okay, I will talk to him about that, Judge. Thank you.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
Here, hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'm gonna chat you something. That is the driver's license division for DPS, the main line. Have him call, and then they can tell him what he needs to do.
Judge, could you pretty please, I'm sorry, could you show that to me again?
I just chatted it to you.
Okay. Okay, I will look at that and I will get that information to him.
If you want to give me a second, we'll get you a new date too.
Judge, I believe we've already rescheduled to April 24th.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, it's all you get.
Ms. Bernal was kind enough to take care of that. I just wanted to address the license issue with you, and I do appreciate the court's patience.
Absolutely, of course.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You got it. Thanks for coming. Ready?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you.
Judge, if we can bring Nathan Porter out, he's going to waive extradition.
Oh, let me send Bob.
How are you?
Hi, Shreya. How was your weekend?
It's good, it's good.
You do anything good?
Kids' birthday parties.
Those are fun though. It's something to do, you know?
You know, I don't have to make lunch, so.
It's even better, right? You don't, that's a great way to look at it. I love it. Pizza always, right?
Pizza, I don't have to make lunch. That's good.
Chick-fil-A nuggets.
What about you? Anything exciting?
I love going to kids' birthday parties.
I do too. It was like a work one, so there was like.
Nice. Where'd y'all go?
Judge Estrada, Jessica.
No. Where did you go to?
Oh, it was her house.
Oh, house.
She has like a pool house, so it's kind of funny.
Nice.
But she always has like really good like candy. Oh, you would appreciate that. And really good like treats.
That makes it even better.
You
Adult
like
treats.
those nice sugar cookies
Yeah.
and those nice cakes and cupcakes. I love that. Amy, that's our last one, right? This is it, right? For me and you? Our cases, five. The other four can go down. Okay.
Good morning, Mr. Porter. Good morning. Mr. Porter, you are wanted out of Yuma, Arizona. Sir. For a probation violation on a weapons offense. Are you waiving formal extradition, sir?
Yes.
Okay. All right, buddy. Good luck. I'm on page 42. Yeah.
On his MAJ and his email violations. Are we gonna unstack her?
Yes.
Great. I still actually. I think it's just.
I'm gonna get just reset to the clerk.
Hey. Blaze, how are you doing on Craig?
Craig, we filed, so is this Miles Craig? So he pled upstairs on the ground. I got word that's filed.
You play too.
He was increasing the answer to assault and you know, sorry.
Is we started a bird, what are we doing tonight?
All right.
No, I'm friendly judge.
Yo lo voy a interpretar más.
The problem is that essentially it goes away and it's not a conviction. Where if I have a conviction where we basically he picks up another one, and then now it's a third degree felony, you know, so I think it did, let me unsign it, and then put you guys, and then we gotta get with Ms. Jewett as well. And I'll time serve him, but
Yeah. I'll get
you know what I mean? There are serious consequences as how we.
Let me, I'll email them, I'll email the fence too.
Okay. Well, the problem is he's in custody. Does he have time to do, or is he?
He was out. He was out on bond.
And he was in custody as well.
Is he here now? Or is it?
He was earlier. I think they left already.
I mean,
I can have Victoria now too.
yeah.
I'll get you.
Okay. Sure, thank you. Okay. Hi.
Good morning.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Guys, no worries.
Who do we have?
Judge approaching on Wilfredo Vasquez Correa.
Vasquez Correa. Good morning, Mr. Vasquez Correa.
Vasquez Correa. Yes.
Sir, you're charged with criminal trespass. You were on bond for a criminal trespass. You picked up a new criminal trespass.
Would you hear PC?
Okay.
Well, two things. First, I was approached on the new one, which is kind of the same issue as the first one, but I just.
Okay, so Mr. Vasquez Correa, you're charged with criminal trespass. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. Please.
On February 26th, 2025, at 10:18 p.m., An officer on viewed multiple trespassers at a business in Harris County, Texas. The officer observed the defendant and multiple others leaning against the front of the business window by the front door. The defendant provided information, and a person check found the defendant to have been arrested from the same location on September 6, 2024. The complainant, the owner of the business, has a trespass affidavit on file. The defendant was identified with his Honduras passport.
Okay.
The only issue is that trespass affidavit, there's nothing filed on that. I don't have a copy of it. It's not a
Wait,
trespass exhibit.
you don't need a copy of it. He needs to just to know that it exists. And he's been arrested there before.
Right.
I mean, I think that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Mr. Vasquez, every time you go back to this location, you will probably be arrested over and over. There are plenty of other places for you to go to. You can talk to your lawyer and we can find a place for you to go to. But here at this what is this location, please?
Convenience store, Judge.
Let me double check.
They don't want you there. Don't go back. You will continue to get arrested. Do you understand?
Yes.
What did I just say?
¿Qué es lo que le dije? Repite.
Sí, que no volver a entrar a la tienda.
To not go into the store.
¿Qué te va a pasar?
What's going to happen? I'm a good interpreter. I'd interpret.
Se lo dice porque fui a comprar una pastilla aspirina.
I went to go buy some
Se me fue el corazón.
No, don't go back.
No regrese.
Anywhere else.
En cualquier otro lugar.
Not this place.
¿El lugar?
Okay.
Judge, I was trying to approach because he's got an older case.
Yeah. I'll just raise it up by $1.
Okay. Raise it by $1.
Okay. So for now, I will have you go talk with your lawyer so we can figure out how things are going to go. All I'm asking you to do is please don't go back to this convenience store. Find.
For your information, I have it listed as a Salvadorian restaurant.
Un restaurante salvadoreño.
But that's what comes up on Google Maps. There is a grocery supermarket located directly next to it.
Maybe perhaps that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Good luck, sir.
Mucha buena suerte, señor.
Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
I have Mr. Montanez on the docket. He's set for a bond forfeiture due to a BVR. He is in prevention and recovery center. He's been there since February 3rd. This alleged, he missed the February 7th UA. That's the violation.
Do you have proof?
I do.
Okay.
May I approach?
Yes, of course. You don't have to ask. Crap.
Did you want that?
Okay. I was trying to move it because I don't.
Oh, okay. Here, I'll show you the picture. Because I took a screenshot of it as well.
Does it have his name on it?
It should. Yeah. First line.
Do you want to see this?
He showed it to me earlier.
Okay.
So I was thinking maybe we could.
He's supposed to be discharged
His
3/5.
tentative discharge date is 3/5.
So that's
2 days from now.
Okay.
Correct. So maybe if we could do like Friday.
Done.
Thank you.
Okay, for sure. We'll continue supervision and then just hopefully he shows up on Friday. And then after that, we'll just put him on conditions and then,
And I'll keep in contact with the counselor, and if he doesn't get discharged on the 5th, I will let you.
yeah, that's good idea, please.
Okay.
Thanks, Ray.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Judge, I have an off-docket matter. Can I give you the cause number?
give me a second. I'm gonna write this down. Hey, bottom of page 20, roll to Friday.
No, man. Friday, would you? What about Thursday?
It's too early. Is that, it's a day of his discharge, man. Come on.
Those are set for SFDF today.
But he's in treatment. Be careful. Hey, be careful with that one right there.
You want to do Monday? Monday, you got.
Get your sister. I don't care, Ray, whatever you.
Okay.
What, tell me.
Judge, can I give you the call?
Yeah, what is it?
253-1383. This is William Hubler, Judge. The reason why he missed his prior court date is he's in drug rehab right now. He was asking if we could reinstate his bond. He's been communicating with me. He said he has
Where is he?
Well, Judge, I told him that.
Not even here?
No, Judge. He said that he's still in the drug rehab program and.
Prove it.
Okay.
I'm not taking word for it. Everybody else, when they're in rehab, they can get some kind of letter, some kind of proof of evidence. I don't know where he is. You know,
So
all I know
actually
is
has a
that
job
it's,
lined up. His program is gonna finish in April, he said. So he needs to be here in
Some kind
person for you to reinstate the bond, correct?
well, I need proof that he's even in.
Right.
We don't know where he is. All I know is that this case is, you know, I've had to revoke his bond 3 different times for failure to appear.
Right.
Never tells us where he is.
And I told him that it was unlikely that you'd reinstate his bond without his presence here.
Or proof that he's in rehab.
Right. I do believe him that he's in rehab and it's in the Houston area, but he hasn't provided me any documentation. Okay. And then I have one more, Judge. Let me see. This is one that we rolled from Friday. It's Mr. Wyckoff.
In this world, you're only as good as the proof that you have. If you don't prove, you don't have it.
Right.
Oh, Wyckoff?
Yes, Judge. And I don't know if you remember this one. This is the one where he's really, he's irritated and
Oh, that's right.
he wants Mr. Gagliardi to be his attorney of record.
Oh, I heard.
Yeah, and so he's unhappy that he filed a withdrawal, I guess. It's all white off.
Joseph. I know you're busy, but you have time to roll by anytime today?
Go ahead and sign. Yes, Joe?
Yeah, do you mind?
Oh.
Thanks, bud. Bye.
So.
He's coming.
Yes, Judge. Stand down and we'll.
It's in 1. You'd say he should be coming up.
Okay.
Greg took off. He's on probation. You can't just take off.
They filed
It's our probation.
I didn't speak for him.
Right. He needs to come back.
I can help counsel to.
Right. Otherwise, you know, we will SFBF tomorrow, I guess, if they want. But we gotta take care of him. I'm sat terminated.
So, Charles, did you agree? We let it go out, we want to revise,
I'll also get DVD here as well.
I mean, if they wanna get together tomorrow, okay? But, we SFBF tomorrow, no?
I'll let you.
Okay.
If they just, if there's those symptoms, only long we supervise, even if the regulations is gonna be.
Hey,
Judge Fleischer.
come on up. How are you?
I'd like to approach about an off docket matter.
Okay, which cause?
Clause number 255-3076. Mr. DeTravius Bell. Mr. Bell thought he had court today, but he really did not. Mr. Bell and I had a heart-to-heart. Mr. Bell would like to try to get his life together. I understand that this court offers GED services.
Say it again?
I understand that this court offers GED services.
Yeah. I mean, we provide like help, but we don't have like both. Yes, I mean, so where is he? Is he here?
He's here.
So do you mind printing out the stuff Yeah, so we'll provide him with resources.
Yes, sir.
Come on up, Mr. Bell. How are you, man? Say it again?
Good. How about yourself?
Great. So, what are you doing with yourself these days?
Right now, I'm currently working. I don't have a GED. I was just talking to my lawyer, telling me about some opportunities.
So we have paperwork that we can give you there. You can enroll into classes. They're free, where you can start working to get your GED. That's the best possible thing that you can do for yourself right now, because when you make it, or when you get your high school diploma, you will make a gajillion more than anyone who doesn't have their high school diploma. You can't go through life at a minimum without your high school diploma. And it's easy, and you can do it at your leisure. Do you have a computer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what we'll do is I'll have you talk with Shatoria. She'll give you the paperwork, start signing up for it. And then if you need anything else, just come back and we can, try to help you with it.
Sir,
Okay?
I appreciate you.
Absolutely. But it's not easy, but just keep at it. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it, right? Okay, man. Thanks. Of course, thanks. Thank you, Shatoria. Hi, you ready?
Good morning, Judge.
Miss Morgan, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
No.
It's
Monday.
We hear you,
what we
Judge.
got?
We're approaching on a temporary pre-spending for Extradition.
Okay, do you need me to talk to him or no?
I didn't talk to him, Judge.
Is he okay?
He wasn't happy about it, but
Did you show him?
I did show him.
Okay, good. There we go. Miller. Nobody reads the fine, no one reads the fine print, Oh, he's had a prior fugitive case anyway. I'm gonna give this back to you. Give this to you. Give it back to you.
Thank you.
I'm trying to see who's. So even had he not had a pre-signed waiver, it probably
Treadwell,
wouldn't.
Justice Love?
So, because of, right, so just let him know,
I will, Judge.
Sure. Anything else?
That's all we have.
That's it? Yeah, okay. Thanks, guys. Sure. Hey, Joseph. Where'd he go? Oh. It's Joseph. Yes. Mike Off is upset that you got off. He wants you to stay on.
He's upset.
Yeah.
See, they're happy.
No, he likes you.
Okay.
So I don't know. I mean, that's why, I signed it and then. You want to go back and talk to him or? I don't know. What, I mean.
Go back and talk to him.
He likes you, Joseph, Who doesn't though?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Hey, Sanam, what's up?
Judge, good judge. Judge, I'm covering for Eric Clay. He's
Okay.
taking a jury. I have Mr. Mendoza in the jury box.
That's Mr. Lynn.
Page
Did
19.
he just bond out or something?
Judge, he was sent to a rapid test, I guess, from the note that I have from him.
Oh, that's right.
And when he came back on Friday, the court was closed, so he returned today.
Yes, Judge, we rolled him from his court-ordered drug test on Friday. It came back presumptively for THC. And then regarding the drug test history we have, he was originally put under our supervision on October 10th of 2024. He tested positive THC then. We gave him a court reset to allow for time for dissipation. He tested again on the 21st of November,
Right,
2024.
but
and
this is
that
a
was
whole
negative.
case, so I'm not taking any of that into account.
Yes, Judge.
So, right, so come up, Mr. Mendoza. So, yeah, that I remember, but that's all like history, as they say. No more. I will test you 45 to 50 days from today. If I find that you test positive again, it's not gonna go well for you. Do you understand? You're not to use alcohol, you're not to use illegal drugs. think we ordered him not to drive as well, right? He doesn't have a license?
No idea about that. Do you have a driver's license?
Working on it right now.
So
He doesn't.
not allowed to drive as well. You're not in possession of weapons. If I find a case violate any of these conditions, you know what happens. Okay?
Judge, and he
Great.
needs that amendment to curfew.
Tell me.
He has a curfew from 9 to 6, I guess, but he's saying that he gets home around 11 p.m.
Well, if I could get it set to like 12, or I could get like at least an hour from work to home. Because I work all the way in downtown. And usually the latest I leave is 11. I have proof of schedule and everything. I already sent it to my board.
Show it to Fleischer, and then we can work with you. But if I find that you pick up a new case, if you're out, other than working, the only reason you can be out is for work. So I'm not giving you on the weekend. Do you understand?
Gotcha.
I don't want, and on the weekend, he's got regular curfew.
I work right now my schedule is looking from Thursday to Sunday.
What do you do?
I work at a restaurant at the Pit Room in downtown.
What's it called?
The Pit Room.
Okay. So on the days you're not working, curfew stands. On the days you work, then, but I don't want you out past this.
Understood.
You understand?
So from like my days
So
off.
if your work ends at 11, you know, how far do you live from the restaurant?
I want to say like 30 to 40 minutes from my work, from my job.
So what time do you get home normally?
It's because there's never a set time. Like it usually just on average, I want to say like 10:50, almost 11.
You get home at that?
Around there usually if I do everything I'm supposed to, but if it's busier than usual, usually latest I've gotten out was 11.
Okay, then that's it. All right. Okay.
11 to 6. When do you have to leave home?
I mean, if he's working that late, they usually go in later on, you know what I mean?
Yes, Judge.
You know, he's not
Just
working
want-
at 7 in the
Just want to
morning.
make sure that he's clear
Yeah.
about the time that he can leave.
Okay.
the house. Yes.
All right.
Thank you, Judge. May I excuse?
Right this way. Oh, sorry.
So Shaw.
All right.
Come on back.
Good morning, how are you?
Hey.
How are you, brother?
What's up?
Get in. Please, I can never.
And I gave a copy to
Thank
Thank you, Judge.
Already?
That's it. Just, Amy's here, clearing stuff out. Well, yeah, she's just here clearing stuff out, so. I'm only hearing what they're prosecuting.
I've got two people trying to zoom in.
Let's go.
Stop.
Just keep an eye on that.
Let me see, Judge. All right. Mr. Garvey, you were here first.
Yes,
Good morning,
Your Honor.
sir.
How you doing, sir?
Pretty good. How about
Judge-
you?
Okay. Judge, on last week on the 26th, I was in your court. And I was representing a Jada Edwards, and that's cause number 23780. On that day, we had entered into a pretrial agreement, and inadvertently, we left the courtroom to go print out the pretrial diversion. And unfortunately did not get to sign a reset. There's a reason for that.
Don't worry about it. Mr. Garvey, don't worry about it. You're here now. We're dealing with it now. Did you get the cause number?
Yes, Your Honor.
So they're into a diversion agreement now?
That's correct.
Had you,
Tell that PTI.
you got the contract back?
No, Judge, I had problems uploading the contract. And so I was trying to find out from the DA, what do I need to do? Because I was unable to locate it, to upload it to the portal.
So there was a change, Counselor, right when we entered that, we're now, just, if she can get the class done, send me that certificate, and then I can file a dismissal.
Did you hear that?
Yes, I could get that done. And what about the reinstatement of her bond?
I'll reinstate it now.
Thank you, Rhonda. We'll get that done right away. I'll contact her. She's in school. She's in high school now, but I will contact her right away to tell her I need that class done right away.
What day do you want? Any day but Friday, within the next couple of weeks. I don't care.
Okay, let me grab the calendar right quick, Judge.
Sure.
I'm available 11, 12, 13, whatever works for the court.
3/13 is your day.
Okay. Okay.
Still
We'll
be
have her
waived.
there and we'll get this done.
No. It's still waived, Mr. Garvey.
Say that again?
Her appearance will still be waived. So you don't need to have her come in. If she gets the class before that time, just get to the DAs and they'll dismiss it.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, sir. Take care. Mr. Troost.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, I just saw your chat, so let me see. 2518778. Sager. He's here for Sager.
It's off docket, Your Honor.
Oh, it's off docket. Okay. Oh, it's in warrant status. Okay, tell me, Mr. Troost.
Your Honor, I thought I had everything lined out. This is on me that we did not make court. I had his appearance waived. Last week, I had cancer treatment in Tampa, Florida, and I was in the ICU. I got out, came home, and here I am today. This is the first time I could appear, and I'm doing it via Zoom since I missed his court date. So I had previously told him his appearance was waived, that I was handling it. This is on me. I'm not sure how I let this slip. I apologize.
Don't worry about it, Mr. Troost. We'll reinstate it for you. But the case is quite old, so we need to know where we're going.
Your Honor, I've turned in a PTI packet on this. I don't believe it's finished.
Let me give you the cause number. I didn't give it to you. You ready?
Yes, you're ready.
251-8778.
Can I sit here?
Yeah. Do you guys have it? Please tell me you do.
Your Honor, I re-emailed it to Mr. Jurisic when he asked if I had one.
Was that today you emailed it?
No, Your Honor, I can't tell you the exact date. I was in ICU. It was,
okay, give me a second. We'll check for you.
Yes, Your Honor. It might have been over the weekend.
Did you get the cause number?
So I saw your email after this earlier. It looks like there was nothing attached. I'm sorry, Counselor.
That's okay. Hey, I will send it in 10 minutes. I'll send it.
If you send it to me, I'll forward it to where it is.
And then, so let's do this. If you can send it today, Mr. Troost, I'll reset it for Monday to see what reply the DA's office gives. In the event that he's accepted, your client must be here in court to do a TRAS.
Yes, sir.
And then, I guess if he's denied, then we need to figure out the other route to go anyways, because it's old.
We'll set it for trial if he's denied, Your Honor.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So, Mr. Church, just send it to me. I'll forward it to the misdemeanor diversion program.
I sure will.
Okay. All right. So we'll put you on for Monday.
See you then. Thank you, Your Honor.
You got it. Take care. Did you get the husband? No. It's 251-8778. If you can reinstate it.
Yes, sir.
And you got Jada Edwards to reinstate too, right?
Yes, I already got
Okay, got it.
Ms. Fleischer, how are you?
Okay, hold on a second. Weren't you
I
first?
got out of line.
No, please go.
Okay.
I've been waiting a while.
I get it.
Judge, I'm here on two. The first one, Mr. Hunter, he was supposed to come back to get the results of his drug test.
Here.
He is not. So,
Who's next?
the other one I'm covering for Sonia on Lintz, Lintz. He's in custody. He was on bond. He's picked up 2 new cases.
Oh, right. Okay, so what do you want to do?
So I spoke with the state. They're not prepared to make an offer today. They just want to look into some things on the new cases. Is it okay if I roll it a week so that way
Sure.
Sonia can come back and?
That's
State.
Lintz.
Are you
Yeah.
doing anything with the original case?
It's already set at 10,003. So, yeah, they didn't give him a PR bond. So we'll leave everything as is on Lintz. And then, whatever time you want. And then on Hunter, Mr. D.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Please.
Yes. Let's go with Mr. David. Mr. David Judge, the one that we were talking about living at the David Shaw. The one that we was, the chief and I was trying to find out, how can we go about finding out?
Oh, right.
Well, that problem has been alleviated about him being a resident of the same facility where the complaining witness is. I went over there Saturday and they told me that he's being evicted today, so he can't go back there. Okay, I was told the chief about that too, and he told me that I believe the complaining witness had called the office and they told her that he was not gonna be there also. So that matter is squared away.
Okay.
Next is Samuel Gamero, Judge. Samuel Gamero is in our court here, Court 5. He's charged with the offense of unlawful carrying a weapon. He's in El Paso, Texas. He was ordered to take a drug test by today. He told me that before we even reset the case, he told me that he would be in El Paso at that time. I told him that he would have to go to a reputable drug facility and get tested and send those results back here, since he was not going to be able to take the test here in Houston, Texas, because he was 800 some miles away. So he did take the examination. I've spoken with the pretrial services. We have shared information relative to what he had tested for. He tested for methamphetamine.
It was a 5-panel rapid test, that was negative, but I mean, I will say there's nothing we can really do to verify it. But Mr. D did show me
You tested negative for everything or
the
positive?
5-panel, yes, I'm not sure where he got tested, if they're Sancho certified, anything like that.
Right, usually we tell him, Mr. D, to go to a Quest diagnostic.
Quest diagnostic.
That's what we always tell him to do.
Yes, sir.
What's the last name again?
It's Gamero, Gamero.
When's he coming back in town?
Judge, I will find out that information today. He works down in El Paso. He's way in El Paso.
So let's find out when he comes back and let's set it for later this week. Find out when he comes back and we'll go from there.
Okay, Judge. Sure.
But at the next test, it has to be at a Quest diagnostic.
Right. Thank you, Judge. So that's it. No, we did with Mr. Shaw. That's it, Judge. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, now, Mr.
You said for Lane, the council approached on a little while ago that you weren't gonna raise any of the bonds, correct? For Lane, Brandon?
They all got dismissed.
Oh, they were all dismissed?
Sure.
I thought she just approached on it saying,
I could have sworn I saw 3 dismissals on today.
blame dismissed?
I do not recall dismissing that, but
Or maybe it was Brandon something out, maybe I signed.
Brandon Brown.
That's it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Sorry, I was like, council just approached on it, and I remember, I was so confused. Because I think Victoria asked if you were gonna do anything to the previous bonds and you said no,
Yeah,
because they're already high. So regarding that, I was just wondering, for the BVRs, oh, are they already signed actually? I think I might just be hallucinating, honestly. If they're already signed, please ignore me. If they are not signed,
they're all done.
they're all done.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm just making things up, guys.
There you go. Mr. D.
Yes, sir, Judge. Judge, I am here on, Mr. Sean Anguiana. I understand that he's set for arraignment, Judge. I've also talked to pretrial. They said that he tested positive for marijuana.
Come up, Mr. Angriano. So one case is 190 days old, Mr. D.
Yes, sir.
The other case is 116 days old. So both of them are reckless driving. Probable cause has been found on both. I've ordered you not to drive. I've ordered you not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs, and I'm going to test you again in 45 to 50 days. If I find that you continue to smoke, then you will end up staying with me. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
We pick up a new case. I'm going to go absolutely bonkers on your bond. If you fail to stay in contact with the lawyer that we give you, likewise on your bond. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So do you have offers on these cases? If
I
not,
do not believe we have offers on them at this.
can you please put them on?
Yes.
I'm going to give you guys 30 days. You must be back at that time to determine what you want to do with these cases. You must accept a plea bargain from the state, or I will set your cases for trial. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Are you ready? Are they getting him?
Deputy, could we get Mr. Kirkland Wyckoff? Yes. Can you sign this stuff so we can?
Morning, Mr. Wyckoff. The only thing I ever wanted from you is just to be clean. That's all I ever wanted. I didn't want this back and forth into custody, back and forth and this and that. The only thing I wanted from you, I promise you, is to be clean. Had that happened, who knows whether we would be in this mess now. That's all I wanted, man.
And I done lost my job because of you. I done lost plenty of stuff because of you.
Because of me?
Yes, because of you.
My fault? Really?
So come on.
The felony case that you picked up upstairs, is that my fault too?
No, it ain't your fault. That's me right there. But coming 2 times a week.
All I wanted, Mr. Wyckoff, just be clean. That's it. You're charged with assault, bodily injury. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement where they're offering you 30 days in jail with credit for the 13 that you've done. You are giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, there's no turning back. How do you plead to the offensive assault, Mr. Wyckoff?
Not guilty.
Okay, then we will go to trial. I'm not accepting this plea bargain agreement. We will go to trial.
Oh, guilty then, guilty.
I'm not playing a game with you, man. You know, you've been playing games since day one, man. I'm not playing this game with you.
Are you guilty, Mr. Wyckoff?
Yeah.
Are you really guilty?
She said I was guilty.
Your attitude is such that if it doesn't change, you're never going to get anywhere, Mr. Wyckoff. Sucks. All I want is you to leave better than you came. That's what we all aspire here to do. Attitude has a big thing to do with it. Some people just can't get through to, and I guess that's okay. All right, I'll accept the plea. I'm gonna find you guilty. I'm gonna send you to 30 days in jail. I will give you credit for the 13 days that you've done. All right?
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Thank you for coming back, by the way.
Welcome, Judge.
Other than that, do we have a plea?
No, Moses, never made it up, so.
Oh, you never made it up, okay.
Rolling it for tomorrow.
So that's it then? Ma'am, what's your name?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Ms. Garza, he said any day this.
My name is Michelle. I'm not, I wasn't in any trouble. I was just here to like more support.
Oh, okay. So we're done. All right, we are done.